decided to do this kinda recently, and by recently I mean just now. So welcome to this ASMR thing that I am doing right now. We're in my bedroom. It's like almost 3 in the morning when I decided to go ahead and do this, so hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. This is like my third take because I don't know how to record ASMR. You have to certain syllables, you have to be really light with it depending on the type of microphone you are using, especially the S's. You can't be too aggressive with those. I hope this comes out right. I don't have a monitor or anything like that, so I can't hear how this is coming out. That's why I'm on like 3 different takes for this. Anywho, welcome once again. Today, on today's episode, we're going to talk about love. Specifically, my love life, and I decided to bore you to sleep with my romantic misfortunes. Yes, my romantic misfortunes, of which I have many, but there's a specific situation that I am going to be discussing today. It's like kind of like it's a non-issue really. I have no idea why I'm so pressed about it, and yet for some reason I just am. I'm pretty pressed, I'm pretty upset, I'm pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let me give you some context. Let me give you some context. Let me give you some context about the situation at hand. Let me give you some context about the situation. Went to a coworker's birthday party. It was a two-pronged event. So one day, which was going to be held, so the first event of the two-pronged birthday celebration was clubbing and bar hopping, which was going to be on a Saturday. The second event was going to be laser tag, actually. Laser tag, which was going to be 2 days later on a Monday, the following Monday, 2 days after the bar hopping. Anyway, went clubbing, met her best friend there, who obviously went to her birthday party thing. I thought she was really cute, and we clicked right away. We were really flirty and touchy from the jump. We were talking all the time, kind of around each other most of the night. Mind you, we were pretty wasted most of the night. But we were around each other, and she seemed like a lot of fun. Okay, fast forward. 2 days later, laser tag. We played laser tag, which was okay. The laser tag itself was pretty mid. People won who were not supposed to win. Honestly, I was almost dead last on the scoreboard. I should have been close to first. I'm not even gonna lie. I was So, on some high school-ish, we went to the mall as our first date, and we hung out for like 4.5 hours. That being said, in regards to romance, it did not go very well. Now, I had some suspicions while we were texting and getting to know each other that we didn't really have much in common, and I began to suspect that our connection was purely and solely fueled by alcohol consumption the 2 times that we got together. But I wanted to hang out with her to see whether that was actually the case or not. So I asked her out, and as it turns out, it was probably the alcohol because, we hung out for 4 hours, like I said. 4 hours. 2 of those hours we spent trauma dumping, and by we, I meant mostly her. Granted, I asked her out because I wanted to get to know this girl, right? She's really pretty, and I wanted to get to know her. So, she started trauma dumping, talking about her family and her life and all that stuff, and her life is very, very sad. And I wanted to know the lore, I really did. I wanted to know what she was about. And I got to know that, which was really good. That was the whole point, right? And then the next out, we ate at a Panda Express. And we started talking about more stuff. But the conversations, there's this feeling that you're supposed to get. At least this is the feeling I got last time I was talking to somebody that I really liked. Last time I was in a relationship. Last time that I felt like I was in love. You get that feeling in your stomach. Like that light-chested butterfly feeling where you feel like you can float and touch the fucking ceiling. I just cursed. I don't expect anyone to watch this anyway. I don't expect this to get monetized or whatever, so I'm not even gonna trip on that. Anyway, I didn't get that feeling at all. At no point did I get that feeling while we were hanging out. At no point did I get that feeling while we were hanging out. Not a single time. It felt like I was like getting to know a friend, which is weird because when we were hanging out at the birthday party events, we clicked really, really well, and honestly, we were getting on really well. But like I said, that was probably just the alcohol. It was probably just the alcohol. And that's why we were hanging out to begin with, to see like if in the real world this would even be a thing. It felt very friendly, like on some friendly vibes, which is great if you're friends, not that great if you're trying to date each other. Date each other, obviously. And I feel like we both kind of felt the same way about that meeting. I feel like we both had the same takeaway from it, that it was just friendly vibes and that there was not really that romantic spark. Because you can kind of feel like there's a body language, like we were pretty close, we sat really close to each other, especially during the trauma dumping part of it. There was breaking the physical barrier a couple times or whatever. Not like when we were clubbing, not like when we were drunk though, we were all over each other, it was different. But in this setting, you can kind of read that, you can clock it, you know what I mean, like, and like, you know, this is like a non-situation. What I'm getting to basically is that we're getting to that stage of talking. You ever talk to somebody and then like fizzles out? It fizzles out. And the frequency by which you text each other gets like fewer and far between. Like, you know, like, and I get it, like, you know, like what's the point someone you follow on Instagram. Now it's someone whose number you have that you don't text, which is a lot of people. But for some reason, I guess it's because I've been single for a long time, for a while now, for well over a year. Even though, and I clocked it like while we were texting, like me and this girl don't have very much in common. The only content she really consumes is like anime, and that's really it, just anime. And all I watch is like gaming content and streamers and ASMR, obviously, and podcasts and YouTube content, creator content, stuff like that. And she watches some of that, but mainly just anime. And I don't really watch that. I really should get into anime. I feel like I'm in the minority when it comes to getting into anime, when it comes to watching anime and stuff like that. But that's kind of all she's really into. Not all. I don't want to simplify her like that. That's kind of an overgeneralization on her part, and it's doing her disservice. But most of what she consumes is anime. I asked her, like, do you have any suggestions for stuff I should watch? And it was all just anime stuff. And I'm sure all these shows are good, and I've been suggested these shows before, but like, we don't have commonalities. That's just one example. Our senses of humor are really different. Already that's a really bad sign. Already that's a really, really, really bad sign. I just knew it wasn't gonna work. And I wanted to see in real life if that was going to be the case, if it was actually not going to work, if it was just the alcohol, or whether it was real. And it was just the alcohol, because it was just friendly vibes the entire time. And I was like, okay, whatever. But for some reason, maybe it's because I've been single for so long. I don't know, I'm pretty sad about it. It was something exciting that was happening in my life. I was talking to somebody again while it was just a week, and I didn't really lose anything except the 4 hours I spent with her. Well, not even, because I spent those 4 hours figuring out whether this was a viable thing or not. And I figured out that it wasn't. So I didn't really lose that time. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to know, and I know. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that the prospect of a relationship and having lost it, even though I knew it wasn't gonna work, it just makes me sad and upset. And I know I really shouldn't be upset, because it probably was never going to work anyway. And honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, a couple of my friends talked to me. I asked, what do you think of this girl? Honestly. And one of my friends who I trust very dearly, she's like a sister to me. She met her at this coworker's party, and she said, honestly, you can do better. And it's not even a matter of better or worse or whatever like that. It's not even a matter of that. I'm not even thinking about it that way, because this girl is actually like really pretty. She's a catch. She's a stand-up girl. She's just not for me. You know what I mean? It's just not, right. It's not meant to be, really. And I don't know why I'm so sad. I don't know why I'm so pressed. I'm like really upset about it. Not really upset, like I'm not crying. I didn't cry or anything like that, but I don't know. I don't know why I'm so upset about it. I don't know why I'm sad. I'm like low-key sad about it. And I don't know why. I really shouldn't be, because I didn't really lose anything. Nothing even happened. We texted for a week. We hung out once, and we hugged and went our separate ways. first time I had felt that in a long, long time. And I miss that. And maybe I was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe that night or those 2 nights were kind of just carrying me through the whole texting process, just kind of hoping that it would turn into something, even though I knew there was nothing there. And maybe now that it's fizzling out, maybe that's kind of why I'm sad about it, because I'm pretty upset. I'm like pretty sad. Even though I know it's not going to work, I'm pretty sad. But maybe just the prospect of something out there for me. Maybe just not even fumbling. I wouldn't even call it a fumble, because I hung out with her. I mean, I suppose it is a fumble because I didn't really handle business there. But hey, all G's fumble at some point, right? It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Anywho, yeah, so pretty sad about it. I don't even know why I'm upset. I don't even know why I'm sad. There's plenty of more opportunities for me out there, honestly. I just have to put myself out there more. I don't go out a lot. I kind of just stay at home. I kind of just handle my business. I work full time. I go to school. I'm a pretty busy boy, and just kind of trying to balance that, which is tough. That because summer's about to end. Honestly, I go back to school next week. I go back to school next Tuesday. I go back to school next Tuesday, and just that teeter-totter of life, just balancing all 3 aspects, trying to get myself through school. I go to community college, that's how I can get myself through school, but trying to get myself through school and having a social life and working full time, and it's really tough on me, and that's why I kind of was low-key banking on this, because summer's about to end, and I know I'm not going to have the opportunity to go out much until Thanksgiving break. I can go out I'd have, if I go out at all from this point until mid-December, I'm going to have to call out of work. Thankfully, I never call out because I'm a supervisor. I have a lot of sick time, so I can call out if I need to have a social life to kind of balance that, because doing all 3 without wanting to rip my hair out is kind of tough, because there's days when I'm just really there's entire weeks when I'm just burnt out and I just need to take a week off of work for my mental health. But that being said, I was low-key banking on this excursion for something, you know what I mean? Just because I hadn't been in a relationship in a while. I hadn't felt that kind of physical closeness in a while, and while we were drunk, I was like, hey, maybe it is something. But apparently not, as it turns out. And I'm really sad about it. I'll probably get over it by tomorrow, if I'm gonna be honest with you, but I just had to talk about something on this ASMR video, and this was the most recent thing to ever happen to me. So from this point going forward, I'm probably just gonna try to put myself out there more. Honestly, I should really just go out more. I should really go outside more. I do touch grass, actually. I am a cashier at a grocery store. I'm a supervisor of the cashiers of the front-end department at a grocery store. So I talk to people pretty regularly. But I need to get out more in social situations and put myself in more social situations to be able to meet people. But here's the thing, I feel like I do best, and I feel like I have the most success when I don't go out with the intention of meeting people, when I go out to just have fun and enjoy myself, and to just be out and about with the people, just interacting with everybody in a positive manner, and just trying to spread good vibes. I feel like I have better luck that way than when I go out you from miles away. But anyway, I haven't really talked to anybody in a while. I've been single for a minute. I was pretty excited about this situation. It didn't go my way, but hey, you know what? It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna focus on myself. I'm gonna get out more. Ball up top. We keep it pushing. You feel what I'm saying? We keep it pushing. We keep going. You know what I mean? We'll be over this by tomorrow. We'll be over this shit by tomorrow. We'll be over this shit by tomorrow. Because nothing ever even happened. I don't know why the fuck I'm so sad. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, thank you for listening to the things that I have to say on this. I will talk to you soon.